Yo, what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy B, and today we are here to show you some sneak peeks, some first looks on what is coming up for the future of Call of Dragons. This is the 3rd anniversary live stream that they just got done with today on March 28th, and I'm going to take you through the specific section of the live stream where they focus on introducing a couple system designers and they talk about what those upcoming changes are going to be. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you help us out. Throw us up. Here we go.
About our upcoming annual scenario. This time, we are putting dragons front and center, and it's going to change the whole combat experience. First up, when the season starts, every load gets a special season-exclusive war pet, Thunderdrake. And just to be clear, it's not like the war pets you catch on the map. This one has its own unique skills and gameplay. Each day, you can send it out to explore. It will bring back useful items and supplies. You can use those to unlock new war pet skills, boost its attributes, and help it grow fast throughout the season. Depending on how you build a Thunderdrake, it can work with the War 4 unit types, infantry, cavalry.
Okay, so first off, what they're basically saying here, I think we can all agree, is that they are turning war pets more into a game of Pokemon, where you're going to get a war pet, at least in this case with the Thunderdrake. You're going to send it out, aka go do some training and some battles. It's going to get things back, rewards, supplies, material, and that's going to help you level up your war pet, aka Pokemon-esque unit. And then you're going to be able to use it. And now they're saying with 4 different unit types. I mean, listen, do I think that this is an interesting approach and idea for something like war pets, where you're basically making it so there's more like micro activities to do that will help you level them up? So it feels like there's more time that players can spend on the game. It's maybe not so linear in how the scaling of a war pet is upgraded and it progresses, and it feels like there's a little bit more investment, like there's a little bit more quality of what I'm doing for my war pet in order to get it to a certain point. Absolutely, I actually do think that this is a great idea to do. Again, just like I think everything, right? I think anything that you can invest time in and it helps you get ahead. And especially like we always talk about for those free-to-play, low-spend players, you being able to invest your time, like you can invest your time, and maybe the amount of time you invest, if you hard grind, it might equal out to something like a mid-level spender, right? Give or take, somewhere around there. And I just think having that opportunity to where you can progress and get all these things, I really just think they need to value more of the free-to-play approach and perspective by giving more things to do throughout a day in these areas that will help you progress, if you so choose, of your own volition, to invest your time to try and progress faster. So I kind of like this idea. Let's continue.
Marksman and magic. So tailor it however you like to match your tactics and playstyles. We are pretty sure it's going to be a powerful partner for you this season. Next.
So this is interesting. They're saying that now you're going to basically be able to customize the war pet. Now, I wonder if this is something that you can change. So is it going to be something where you have to, once you set it up initially, and like, let's say you set your war pet up to be focused with being more compatible with an infantry march, will you then be able to respec it? And then it could be utilized? Will it have multiple respecking templates that you can utilize if you want to swap it between one march to another? Like that, can you have multiple of these, or is it just going to end up being one forever?
Specialized can take over a special building on the seasonal map called the Summoner's Tower and use it to summon a flame dragon to fight in the sky. In battle, you will get to experience a brand new dragon control mode. Use the joystick to fly your dragon over land, across mountains and rivers, and unleash powerful dragon breath on enemy forces. It deals massive.
Okay, Let me just say this for the sake of the entire community, because I feel that I can speak for everyone here. Why was this not in the game in the beginning? If you recall, in the beginning and how behemoths have, I believe, for the most part, worked up until now, is you've had to summon them when you're defending or attacking an objective point. In most cases, this is being utilized on flags. And so you think about, and it was limited to the range, right? So you couldn't necessarily go past a certain range. I love the idea of being able to kind of free roam your behemoths wherever you want, right? But they have to start from a certain area. Like there has to be a starting point, and then they can roam as far as they want. Maybe there's a time limit, or maybe the time limit is just until you kill them, right? But I kind of like this idea of having more free range. And it almost looked like from that video that there's a little bit more specific controlling, like they've upgraded some of the controls. I'm going to be honest, the Flame Dragon in that development demo very much gave me these League of Legends vibes, where it's like you had a couple, like it looked like he was firing off his QWE skills. And then the one there at the end was like the R for the ultimate or whatever. I'm not mad at it. Like I kind of like the idea of giving the Beastmaster position some more love. I mean, obviously, there needs to be ways to deal, but I think that having a little bit more manual control and independent movement that makes it feel more personal, that to me, and more unique, that is dope. So I actually really like the little preview that they showed off, and I wonder if you'll be able to utilize and do the same thing with all of the other behemoths. That to me would be the next step.
Damage and can even reshape the battlefield, making battles change in unexpected ways. Even if you can't join the new season right away, you will still get a chance to try this new dragon mode. We are also launching a special battle abyss in the new season, and it's open to war servers. No matter what season you are in, you can join the new battle abyss and experience the joystick-based dragon gameplay for yourself. Now, on top of that,
So I wonder if that means that the dragon gameplay isn't necessarily going to be. Well, no, it has to be, because he said the new KVK season, which indicates that the new KVK map is coming out, and you're going to be able to utilize the dragon on this new KVK map. I was worried for a sec the way the wording was there, is that it almost sounded like this was going to be something different than that, or aside from, or only you could use it in Battle Abyss, but in that demo gameplay it didn't look like it. Too bad they didn't give us more information on the Battle Abyss special change update that they're doing there. That would have been nice to hear a little bit more on.
we are also bringing in a new siege battle mode in the new season. At key passes across Tamaris, there are huge cities occupied by the Darklings. Clear them out, and you can take those cities back. Once you control them, your alliance can attack or defend as the situation demands, giving you a real strategic advantage. And yes, Dragon Riding plays into this too. It will be a major means for breaking defenses and taking cities. And to top it all off, there's a new final challenge waiting.
Okay, so the thing about the sieges, I will be honest, man, it kind of almost sounds to me, for any of you guys who played Age of Empires Mobile, I believe you can do stuff like this where you can siege a city. I almost wonder if they're kind of looking at a concept like that and just trying to make it more Call of Dragons-esque. I mean, again, right, I think, is it something that's going to grant you rewards? Will it maybe grant you a buff for attacking this? Can you have enemies siege the thing and then you as your alliance? Like, that would actually be kind of dope if you could have one kingdom doing the siege and another kingdom that's defending the siege if you're on like opposite sides of the city. But it's not just kind of like a straight up rally, so to speak, right? But maybe there's a little bit more to it. I do think there's an element here that allows for more of kind of advanced micro battles. So I actually think that this is pretty cool for them to do. I guess we'll have to see exactly how it plays out, but I'm at least very interested to see what ends up happening here. Let's continue.
For you. In this new season, the new boss, the Thunder Dragon, is holed up in the Cave of Storms. at the heart of the Westlands, ready for you to take it on.
Okay, dude. So there we go. So new dragon, basically getting another another gear sentinel behemoth, if you will, but it's kind of in its own area. It just happens to be a new dragon. I actually would have been okay if they would have came out with a different unit. Like I actually think that the gear sentinel has potential. And I hope I'm saying the first part right there. But point is that I like that they did something different that wasn't necessarily dragon based. I'm not saying never do something that's dragon based for a behemoth. I think it's been pretty consistent now that dragons, at least on the final boss, and maybe that is what the new season is. It's just a different dragon for the final boss. But I kind of liked, or say it's Sentinel Gear Sentry, right? And so to me, it would be nice if they kind of at least did maybe one new behemoth on a new season map that they're introducing. I understand maybe it would be a lot for them to necessarily do a brand new set of all new behemoths, but I think at least one new behemoth, aside from having a new final boss there as well, is cool. Like even if it's the second strongest one to the dragon, I think a lot of people liked that. I think that was in what the Shang-Chi season. So, anyways, okay, continuing.
Hi everyone, I'm Dafei, a system designer of CallofDragons. Great to see you all again. So, we're introducing something much more exciting, cross-server invasion. It's a 6-day realm versus realm one-on-one duel event. For the first 5 days, you compete for points to decide who attacks and who defends. Then on the day 6, the attackers invade the defender's realm directly and fight over a designated target on the map. We will also open a special war store during the event.
Okay, so this is interesting. So you're basically going to do like a brink of war type of staging event where you have to gain points, and then whoever wins that is the ones who get to attack. Now, I like this idea of that you're attacking a designated area on the map, and it's not like you're just doing like a freaking full invade where you can go and attack anyone and everyone across the entire map. And maybe it'll be some kind of a strategic or resource point or something to that degree. And it's only going to last one day. So maybe there's a lot more incentive. I actually kind of like it where they're starting off a little bit smaller on it only being one day, because I feel like that potentially gives it the kind of, I don't know if I want to say cachet, but just the appeal is probably better. The intrigue of having a lot more high volume activity and a lot more high volume engagement because it is only happening for one day. Hopefully that day is on a weekend, like a Saturday or a Sunday potentially. But
And the winning side earns a powerful buff for the entire realm. And to thank our SVIP.
Wow. So they're going to win a buff. So you win a kingdom buff. Interesting. Does that mean that because this is going to be happening during the off season of KVKs, that you're going to win a kingdom buff just for the duration of time that you're going to be there? Like maybe it's increased resource gathering or increased resource production and or maybe both or something else that just helps you prep for the upcoming KVK? Or is it going to be a buff that you're going to get in addition to any Brink of War buff that you get for the upcoming KVK? I mean, part of me feels like it might just be a buff that you get for your home kingdom until you get to the KVK or until day one of the KVK starts after Brink of War finishes. But I guess we'll have to see. But that's pretty cool. It would have been nice if they elaborated a little bit more, but I'm sure eventually they will.
P-Lords. We're also launching an exclusive cosmetic customization program. We're planning 2 themed sets, which will be rolled out in waves around April and October. The first theme coming in April is Netherlord. When it goes live, you will be able to get it for free in the SVIP store. Hope you like it. While we're here, let's also take a sneak peek.
So I want to say, man, I actually like this idea of them doing more like customizations on cosmetics. I think it'd be cool if, they extend things where it's like you can get like a set, like a cosmetic set, and then it applies to maybe like troop skins, city skin. People click on your profile, right? It could be your avatar frame. Maybe it could be also a border, like a chat border that you have when you're talking, right? So it's more of like that. And I like this idea of even artists being able to submit their own custom designs that could possibly be chosen. And those can be things. And then maybe you take it a step further and sometimes these things will animate. Like maybe there's a way where you'll do these custom sets, and then in the sets they'll do some kind of an animation, whether it's on the field, it might be in chat, whatever it is, right? Like I think those things would be really cool. I feel like that's something that people would really, kind of be more sought after in that regard.
Peek at the heroes and the warpaths coming next. Generation 5 infantry heroes Joran and Elonir, with their exclusive warpath Brimstone Aurochs. We've also got some improvements in store for marksman heroes. Generation 4 marksman heroes Fargrim and Sibyl, and Generation 5 marksman heroes Ruby and Kylan will all be made substantially more powerful. We will have more details on these changes in a later update.
Okay, so that looks like it. I wonder if that's going to be different than the marksman improvements that we've already seen happen and all those archer memes that are going on. I have to go back and read the mail to see if the similar names were mentioned like they were here, if this was kind of a double down of that or something different. It feels like it might have been related. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. However, that pretty much sums up what we got for you today on all the new stuff that they've mentioned. Now, someone did indicate that there was some kind of a draconian faction or new faction related question that was done during the live stream. So I don't know if that's going to be something they mention. This is, again, some of this stuff is kind of cool. Like the one thing is, some of the things I know, and I wonder if they're going to mention this during the New York City meetup that I and others will be attending in April, mid-April, is I wonder if they're going to talk about a little bit more details on Battle Abyss. They didn't even mention Roots of War League Season 2 or the China or the China versus Global Roots of War League season that they had mentioned as well. There's a few other things, like obviously in regards to the KVK season map, right? How's that going to look? Are we going to get maybe a preview on like, the attack and defending sieges on Darkling cities? Will we be able to see kind of maybe the summoner's tower that they mentioned here and maybe kind of a demo of how that dragon is summoned? Like those kinds of things I think would be great to get a little bit more detail on, even if it's more of like, are they going to address anything on even just things like KVK matchmaking? Will there be a little bit more emphasis on kind of like what some of those plans are? They've kind of mentioned either adding more classification grades or, doing more pairings like A's only with A's and B's with B's, like just any kind of general ideas, even if it's a little bit more insight. We'll see. I did very much like this though. I think most of the things here I'm very much looking forward to. And I think these are some of these things, at least at minimum, I know the community has been asking for. So this actually was really nice kind of for this sneak peek. And I guess I don't know if they're going to do more, if this is the main kind of 3rd anniversary outlook on things to come. But I very much liked what they had to say. And I'm looking forward to when we eventually get these. I think a lot of people, which kind of feels like the dark horse, right? Dark stepchild in the corner that you're just hiding away and you're just waiting for them to reappear so you can say hi and say, oh, wow, you're alive. It would be the new faction, right? I mean, it was funny because I think Mando had posted an image on the COD Discord and Gen Chat, and I had forgot that it was from the one they did 2 years ago that they posted something on. And I was like, oh, wow, where was that? Was that on the live stream? And then I think Mando posted another image that it said it was from 2 years ago when they were talking about introducing a new faction. So, yeah, I mean, look, I feel like that's kind of been the running troll joke, if you will, on, like we just can't wait until we get it. And I think most people kind of aren't really holding their breath anymore at this point. It's like, hey, if it comes, it does. It just feels like the hype really won't be there until they at least say something next, which maybe this is a good strategy at this point, instead of continuously coming out and saying, oh, yeah, it'll be here. Oh, it'll be here soon. Oh, yeah, don't worry, it's still coming. So that's it for me. You guys let me know. I'm curious, what was your most favorite part here? Is there a piece or a part here that maybe you're a little bit iffy on the fence on, or you're not necessarily looking as forward to as maybe if they would have focused on something else? And if so, what would you have liked them to maybe consider introducing and announcing here on the 3rd anniversary stream? So let me know in the comments below. That's it for me. As always, until next time, I'll catch you later.